Hi everyone. I want to show you what happened to me. I went to the gym to use the pool for my physiotherapy, and as I was drying off, it began to snow. The forecast was wrong. The snow started about half an hour sooner than what was forecast. I want to show you the snow that I was covered with as I drove home. So this is a look of a few photos that I took of myself when I came in the door. When snow's fresh on the ground, it begins to fill the treads of a power wheelchair tire and you lose your grip. So it's important that if you're out and there's a possibility of snow, you have the means of getting home as soon as possible planned so that you're not getting yourself stuck. In other words, if the street's got like this much snow on it, it's not practical to use a power wheelchair like you would do so during the summer months. You're going to get stuck. Your wheelchair is going to be sliding back and forth like this, and you could potentially hurt yourself if it were to tip over onto the side. So I'm going to encourage you to always keep the phone number of a transit or taxi service that's wheelchair accessible with you, and the dollars, like the cash, that you could pay for a ride home if something were to happen and the weather was preventing you from getting home. It's also advisable to keep a shower cap, that's a plastic shower cap, with you. This is one good tool to use to cover the joystick, and especially where your wheelchair hooks up to be recharged. There's always electricity in where the wheelchair is hooked up to be recharged, and you don't want to be driving forward and then having snow connect with the positive and the negative connection that your wheelchair battery charger hooks up into. It would cause a short and would be several $1,000s to repair your wheelchair. So I want to encourage you to plan ahead, that is to have the money, the phone number, and the shower cap with you so that if you need it, you're able to call and get help. My suggestion would be to, those hip sacks that have a belt on, like this photo, my suggestion would be to keep one of those tied to the underside of your wheelchair where a shower cap could be kept in it. And then if you found yourself where there was adverse weather coming, you could just have someone, unzip it and pull out a plastic shower cap. The other part of this is to make absolute sure that you're not putting yourself in the situation where you risk hypothermia. That is when your body cools off. So you'll see again in this photo that I've got a blanket covering my, sort of chest down to protect my legs. And you need to make sure that you're well protected if you're going out in the cold. I don't want to see you hurt by frostbite. It would just complicate your health care all the worse. So another thing that you could put in that hip sack would be a Mylar blanket. So that's what first aid responders use when someone's cold. It's kind of like a big piece of aluminum foil that wraps around you, and it would reflect your body heat back onto yourself if it was an emergency and you need to keep warm until you get into a vehicle suitable for getting you home with your wheelchair. If there is no paratransit service for your wheelchair, like a taxi or a bus, the sort of backup, if all else fails, plan would be a tow truck that's a flat bed. So that would be where your wheelchair could go up a ramp and then on in the space that a car would use, and then be tethered down while you got back home with your wheelchair. During daytime hours, some mobility stores are able to come to you to rescue you, but you need to work that out in advance if that's an option for you. Breakdowns are going to happen. What makes it not stressful is the planning and the preparation to help make it easy and to know what to do when you're in that situation. I hope this has been some help to you. Thanks for this time together today. Bye for now.